today. Hit the road for spring break. Explore the beauty of Beavers Bend, discover Bartlesville, and give your kids a peek into your family history.
Travel with AAA's Discover Oklahoma.
Hi and welcome to AAA's Discover Oklahoma. I'm Jennifer Reynolds, and this week we're coming to you from the Rocktown Climbing Gym in downtown Oklahoma City. It's one of the spring break friendly venues we're going to visit this week. Now among them is one of our state's most beautiful parks, Beavers Bend, tucked into southeastern Oklahoma. Generally it warms up a little sooner down there, so Ardino Lawley tells us it's the perfect spring break getaway.
When you hit the mountainous area of southeastern Oklahoma, it's like being transported to a different time. It's almost as if your body clock tells you it's time to slow down, relax, and just take in the surroundings and enjoy the visual feast and physical activities that nature has created for you.
When you come to Beavers Bend, there's a variety of experiences you can do. It comes from, you can do the lake. We have Broken Bow Lake here, which is a 14,000-acre lake with 180 miles of shoreline. So if you're lake oriented, you can do the boating, the fishing, the skiing. We're getting a lot of scuba divers now. So it's a whole different environment on the lake. You can also come down on the Mountain Fork River in Beavers Bend itself and do the trout fishing. And we have a swimming beach here, which is quite a bit cooler than the lake because of the water that's released for the trout. But we have about 12 miles of trout fishery that comes through Beavers Bend State Park, and it's really popular. It's a great activity.
Everybody agrees that Beavers Bend is absolutely beautiful, and there's always plenty to do here as well. Given the time of the year, you can go mountain biking, kayaking, canoeing, you can ride paddle boats, you can ride horses. The fishing here is tremendous, but if you just want some peace and quiet where the sounds of nature are so relaxing and soothing, you can't beat a place that looks and sounds like this. Beavers Bend is a wonderful location for the entire family any time of the year. And while relaxation may be at the top of your agenda, as I mentioned earlier, there are plenty of things to do.
Once people get here, it's not like you're stuck on one thing, or if Dad wants to go fishing, Mom and the kids can go hiking on the hiking trails. We have a new nature center slated to be built this year sometime, so there'll be our naturalist on duty. He'll be doing events, arts, crafts, nature walks, and he'll do hikes himself.
The accommodations are also first rate and fit the laid-back atmosphere. There are 48 cabins from which to choose, and of course there are different sizes from 1 to 2 bedrooms that can sleep 2 or even 8 people comfortably.
We also have a lodge on the lake. It's Lakeview Lodge. It's 40 rooms. So, there's 48 cabins in the park. There's 40 rooms on the lake. And we also have a variety of camping areas too. We have 120 RV sites and a couple hundred primitive sites for tent camping.
And if your idea of relaxing is golf, they've got you covered there too. You'll find the Cedar Creek 18-hole golf course. That's simply beautiful. And speaking of beautiful, I mentioned Beavers Bend as a wonderful place to relax to what nature has created. So with that, I'm going to stop talking and let videographer Walt Cox show you with his expert camera work just how pretty and peaceful it is here.
To plan your adventure at Beavers Bend State Park, just click on discoveroklahomatv.com and we will link you to all the park's vital information. Now, right around the bend from Beavers Bend is ABENDIGO'S Grill and Patio, where you'll find foods as exotic as their wood-grilled chicken satay or as down home as plain old chicken and dumplings. But whatever you choose, you're not going to be disappointed. Out-of-towners and locals alike are drawn to this vaulted structure near the Kiamichi Mountains north of Broken Bow. It's a restaurant with an unusual name, ABENDIGO'S, a wave to biblical figure Abednego and a childhood moniker given to co-owner Chad Sargent by his grandmother. Also a hint toward the dining experience that awaits you.
The story of Abendigo, you know, talks about a fiery furnace, and so that's where our logo came from with the fire, and then it ties in with the grill.
The Fiery Grill, where Chef Tab Singleton gives life to an eclectic menu of flavor-infused, innovative entrees.
We constantly reinvent the menu every 6 to 8 months. You know, in 2 more weeks, we're going to have 20 new menu items on our menu. That's exciting, you know, for us, and it keeps us creative, our creative juices flowing, and it keeps the public interested.
And who wouldn't be interested in Abendigo's signature steak, one of a whole chorus of dishes that boast an unexpected pairing of ingredients?
It's basically going to have a blue cheese glaze on top of it with a port wine sauce and deep fried spicy onion shallots.
The folks at Abendigo's call this creative casual cuisine with a Cajun Creole kick, but you'll have a much shorter name for it, delicious. And of course, you'll need to cap off such a meal with a jubilee, a flambéed bananas jubilee to be exact, a decadent dessert prepared tableside with lots of fire and fanfare. But beyond the cuisine, it's the elegant, informal ambiance of the place that really is a revelation. Inside, the soothing tones and subdued lighting make stress and tension an impossibility, while the open-air patio area makes it doable to dine under the stars.
You know, they can come up and have a great dinner, listen to music in a relaxed atmosphere, or inside, you know, and you know, hopefully leave happy. So that's kind of our objective and goals, and that's what we try to do.
Customers do leave happy, and then they come back again and again.
Because the food is excellent. The service is excellent, and the atmosphere is awesome.
The visionaries behind Abendigo's Grill and Patio are all fired up, and it shows.
We love food, you know, that's why we're here. I mean, we've been doing this for 2.5, 3 years. We work, you know, everybody knows restaurant business, 60, 70, 80 hours a week, but we love what we do.
And you'll love what they do too. For a look at their website and the diverse, eclectic menu of Abendigo's Grill and Patio, we'll link you to it from ours, discoveroklahomatv.com. Jeff Roberts is really a kid at heart anyway, so you know he's going to love spring break, and he has found the perfect place for it in Bartlesville. Something for everybody from go-karting to candle making when AAA's Discover Oklahoma continues in just 2 short minutes.
I hope we didn't forget anything.
I think we're all set.
Hard to believe Megan is in college.
Do you remember how she cried and cried when we dropped her off at kindergarten?
We were both crying.
Good thing we're only a few hours away. Last box. You can call us tomorrow.
I will, Daddy.
And one more thing. You're gonna need these.
No way. Are you kidding? Can I get Mom's car?
Okay, sweetheart, but you have to be careful. Now, I put the AAA insurance policy and the membership information in the glove box.
Just in case anything should happen.
Okay.
I'm really glad we switched our auto insurance to AAA. Really saved us some money. Not to mention peace of mind.
It's nice knowing AAA will be there if her car ever breaks down, too.
John, are those tears I see?
No.
AAA Auto Insurance, for the ones that matter most to you. Give us a call today or talk to a AAA agent nearest you.
Welcome back to AAA's Discover Oklahoma, and again we're coming to you from the Rocktown Climbing Gym in downtown Oklahoma City, and I'm telling you, this place is a kid's dream, and it's the perfect place to get them active over spring break. They do have a 4-day camp, but they've only got 12 spots, so if you're interested, you need to call now and get that booked. Now over spring break, our Jeff Roberts has decided to do some multitasking, and he has found that Bartlesville is the perfect place for that.
Okay, so in the world of bucket lists, a Bartlesville bucket list is overflowing. And where better to get started than right here at Woolaroc? I mean, a total Oklahoma experience. Think about it. Woods, lakes, rock, Woolaroc. After all, this lodge was the country home of Frank Phillips. And, you know, since Mr. Phillips had the panache for collecting things, you'll find just about anything in the museum. It's chock full of Western and Native American artifacts.
Another thing you got to check out here at Woolaroc after you check out the museum is the petting barn. And Chloe here, a Scotch Highland, one of the ones that you got to check out. Really good girl. Look at her, see? She's even ready for a close-up, Mr. DeMille.
So there's such a crazy variety of stuff to see and do in Bartlesville. I mean, think about it. Everything from cattle to candles. Well, like Keepsake candles. It's the kind of place that my wife Janet goes in and starts breathing very heavily. She just loves candles. But even though it smells nice in here, is there anything for me? Hey, wait a minute, there is.
We're going to dip wax, which is what the kids can do when they come to Keepsake Candles. And I've got one picked out that I think maybe if you know this guy named Lightning McQueen, you might know what we're talking about. We'll see it in here in just a second. Now, our executive producer, Shell Wagner, always says I'm like a 13-year-old, maybe an 11-year-old kid. So I'm going to make them for you today right here. And for the kids who love Lightning McQueen, ka-chow!
So after dipping and Wooler rocking, yeah, I just made that up, you'll have worked up a serious appetite. And thankfully, Bartlesville is not short on eats. In fact, this place is one of my favorites. Yummy food. And kind of eclectic as well. Plus, it's a historic building with a ghost story.
Frank and Lola's a place to come. And for the kids, how about this? They can eat free for 12 and under. And then you'd load them up on these loaded cheese fries. Do not use the utensils. Only way to eat right here.
Jeffrey Milton Roberts, you mind your manners.
Okay, so earlier we showed you the eating of the French fries and we did the finger thing. So since my mom watches, we'll do the utensil thing. Oh my gosh. That really is good. Oh my gosh.
All right, so now that we got the tummy all full, let's go over and rev our engines for a few spins around the track. Come on.
It's the most family fun thing that you can do in this area. I mean, it's outdoors, you know, everybody can participate, and it's just good, clean family fun.
For all the women that are watching, this is the part of the boy that we never grow out of right here.
I've had 80-year-old guys come down here and have their birthday parties, and they just, you know, everybody loves it.
Now, if you really want to get Bartlesville, you need to race on over to this museum. The history of Beeville and of Phillips Petroleum, well, they just go hand in hand.
As a corporation, Phillips Petroleum held the composition of matter patents for polyethylene and polypropylene, which are, you know, probably two of the most commonly used plastics in the world today. They were actually invented here in Bartlesville, Oklahoma.
That's the stuff used to make all kinds of things like hula hoops. Hoops, Shell? I could never get the hang of that either. For the techie kids, there's plenty in the museum to wow you. And for us not so techie, yeah, there's a lot for us too.
The museum was designed such that, you know, I would say everybody from children all the way up to adults can absolutely enjoy it.
And for the adults who are kind of like children, yes, I'm talking about me, we're covered too. I mean, just in case you're wondering.
There is so much to see and do here in Bartlesville. You are not going to be able to do it in one day. That's why we are staying here at the Price Tower.
Frank Lloyd Wright called his only skyscraper the tree that escaped the crowded forest. You know, I just call it cool. I mean, you can take a tour of it, and plus there's a museum right here in the hotel. So I think about this. When you're ready to recharge, choose from 16 luxury guest rooms and 3 suites. Trust me, it's a one-of-a-kind place and fancy schmancy without being all fussy. And guys, I scoured the entire place, and I'm happy to report there is no lace anywhere at all.
Okay, so you have to put this on your bucket list to stay in a Frank Lloyd Wright inspired hotel, because I'm telling you, the Price Tower is a lot of fun. And as you can tell, I'm getting nothing but comfortable. So in Bartlesville, I'm Jeff Roberts.
To plan your own Bartlesville vacation, just go to discoveroklahomatv.com and we'll link you to all the fun places that Jeff visited. Well, if you can't leave home for spring break, how about a trip you can take on your computer? Time travel, visiting relatives from the distant past when AAA's Discover Oklahoma continues.
People are selling their old rides, looking for something new. I'm here to help.
I'm just over it. I want a bigger car, and
That's my cue.
Sparkly. I love it.
Did I tell you about the Active Park Assist? The Escape parks itself.
Oh.
How many miles to the tank?
437.
How impressive is that on a scale of 1 to 10?
13.
13.
Get a Ford Escape with $2,500 cash back or 0% financing for 60 months. See your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
It'd be so cool if we could just give you one. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Hey, how's Kara doing? Great. Absolutely loves being in college.
Sam?
Just started driving.
Watch out.
Yeah, we just added him to our AAA membership. Smart move.
I'm just glad we have good insurance.
What do you guys use?
We switched over to AAA auto insurance. With another driver in the house, it just made sense to check out pricing. AAA saved us a ton.
I didn't know they had insurance too.
Yeah, auto, home, and life.
Remember that time when we snuck Dad's car out and got that flat?
Here they go again.
Oh, AAA came and fixed it, and the folks never found out.
Found out what?
Nothing, Dad.
Talking about the time you two snuck the car out while we were gone.
You knew?
Well, of course. Why do you think Mom and I added you girls to our AAA membership? Never told you I always check the odometer, did I?
Oh, great idea.
Thanks, Grandpa.
AAA Insurance, for the ones that matter most to you. Give us a call today or talk to a AAA agent nearest you.
Welcome back to AAA's Discover Oklahoma. If you can't do any traveling out on the road during spring break, how about some time travel? Looking back at your family's interesting history. You'll find all the tools you need for that at travelok.com. Our Shel Wagner checked it out, and now she's ended up in the town of Cement.
I recently discovered a brand of travel itinerary that's new for me, genealogical tourism. You know, traveling back to your roots. And there's a new feature on travelok.com that can get you started. My Wagner relatives hail from Caddo County, and a few clicks on Travelok quickly linked me with a directory of the Cement Cemetery, where I found a listing for my great-great-grandparents, Hannah and Isaiah Wagner. I instantly wanted to know more about them, to get a sense of their lives, and to walk a while in their boots. So I cruised down to southwestern Oklahoma to the town of Cement, not cement, you outsider, to spend the day as a genealogical tourist. Lots of small towns have museums, and lucky for me, Cement has a nice one. Mayor Alice Ladyman is the area's unofficial 411, and she volunteered to be my guide. Established in 1902, this town sprung up around a cement mill and rock crusher. Mayor Ladyman told me about oil discovery in the area, that my relatives had owned a hardware and furniture store, and that the craggy topography of the region appealed to outlaws who were looking for a place to hide their loot. Do people think it's still there, the loot?
Well, yeah, a lot of people think it is.
Jesse James had a girlfriend in Cement and spent quite a bit of time here with her. I wondered if my family had known him. Then Alice showed me a history book of Cement's first 100 years, and there among the pages was a photo of my great-great-grandmother posing on her front porch, circa 1910. Did this house still stand? I had to find out. Loaded with the flavor of the town and its history, I headed out to see if I might catch a glimpse of my ancestors. Though Cement is no longer a large city, around 500 people today, it still took me a while to digest it, to brush away the full century that attempts to cloak the town's storied persona, the building that was once Wagner Hardware and Furniture, the unique geographic landmark known as Spindletop, where I could almost hear my grandfather and my great-grandfather playing here as children. A bit more driving and my heart leapt, because there it was, my great-great-grandmother's house. On the porch where she had stood more than 100 years ago, I thought about how differently my life is from hers, and I wondered what her hopes and dreams had been for her family here in this rugged country. The owner invited me inside, and I took in the view of Cement from the upstairs bedroom and imagined my ancestors gazing over a similar scene from this very window. The day was the most magical type of treasure hunt, the kind where you learn as much about yourself as you do your family tree. I mean, that's my chin. It's easy to see why genealogy is among America's fastest growing hobbies. The Oklahoma Genealogy Society, along with several extensive genealogy libraries in our state, can help in your journey. And travelok.com can get you started. In Cement, I'm Shel Wagner.
Just go to travelok.com and click on Interest to access all the tools you'll need to get started on your own genealogical adventure. Ardino Lawley has found a cafe in northwest Oklahoma that'll satisfy any hungry traveler. Up next, how'd you like to cozy up to a hot cup of coffee and catch up on the local news? All this and more when AAA's Discover Oklahoma returns in just a couple of minutes.
Thanks for all your help.
Hey babe, what you doing?
Oh, I just switched our insurance over to AAA.
Why? We've been with our guys for years.
I know, but I met with the agent and she showed me how AAA could match our coverage and save us money by bundling our home and auto insurance.
Really? Well, did we get a discount? I mean, we've been with those guys for years.
Yes, and with the extra money we saved, I was thinking we could take that second honeymoon we've always talked about.
Hey, I am all about that.
So, with all the travel discounts we get for being AAA Oklahoma members.
Well, I do have some vacation time I need to take.
Oh, good, because our room is right on the ocean.
You already booked it.
I did.
What are you guys up to?
Nothing. We're just getting some dinner started.
When are you leaving?
AAA Insurance, for the ones that matter most to you. Give us a call today or talk to a AAA agent nearest you.
Welcome back. AAA Oklahoma makes this show possible and does a lot of other great things around our state. Here's a look at today's AAA.
Hello, Chuck May here with AAA Oklahoma. One of the leading causes of crashes on the road today is distracted driving. Now that everybody texts as a way to communicate, many feel obligated to text while driving. In fact, drivers who text are 23 times more likely to crash or get into a near-crash situation than drivers who are not texting. Texting drivers take their eyes off the road, their hands off the wheel, and their minds off what they should be doing, driving. That's why AAA strongly supported House Bill 1316 to make texting while driving illegal in the state of Oklahoma. Though the bill didn't pass this year, AAA is determined to ultimately see an anti-texting law passed. It's against the law to drink and drive. It should be against the law to text while driving. Be smart. Don't text and drive. Until next time, may the road lead you to exciting new discoveries. Whether it's insurance, travel, or peace of mind on the road, think AAA every day.
AAA, for the ones who matter most to you. Our intrepid adventurer, Dino Lawley, has already been out trekking across northwestern Oklahoma. He's been to Alabaster Caverns, the Gloss Mountains, and the Great Salt Plains, and he's headed on 281 south now toward the town of Sealing and some legendary food.
When you walk into the Oklahoma Hills Cafe in Sealing, it feels right. It feels like, well, home. And that's exactly what owners Debbie and Philip Hills wanted when they opened in March of 2009.
I get to feed a lot of people. I try to make people feel like when they come in here, they're as welcome here as they would be at my home. I want them to feel very comfortable when they come in here.
Open Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 9 and Sunday 7 to 2. Philip and Debbie have put their heart and soul into this place, and you can tell. They completely disassembled everything on the inside and out and totally remodeled the building, which was built in the late 30s. Now, everyone knows the restaurant business can be unforgiving, but for Debbie and Philip, they simply love what they do.
It is a passion. It's one day it can be very, very trying, but the next day is very, very rewarding. It's a different day every day. It's never the same, but I enjoy. I've always been I enjoy cooking, but cooking for the two of us doesn't do it anymore.
Let's talk about that cooking. Of course, yours truly sampled the food, and I can say without fear of contradiction, it was absolutely scrumptious, home-cooked, very filling, tasty fare. They have generous portions, by the way, and believe me, no one walks out of here hungry.
This is meat and potatoes country, and they like their chicken fried steak and mashed potatoes and gravy, and they like their fried chicken and mashed potatoes and gravy. And we do homemade hot rolls every day. We make homemade cinnamon rolls. We've got purple plum cobbler for our dessert today.
And that's what I had, in fact, but today's special was meatloaf, and I dove in with enthusiasm. Now, another sign of the Oklahoma Hills Cafe's success is that this is where people go just to meet, drink coffee, and chit-chat.
We have our coffee ladies that come in at between 10 and 10:30 every morning. And what we call our sports room is their room for that time period. They go in there and have their coffee and visit. And we also have our coffee drinkers that are regulars.
Part of this is also a family operation. Debbie's sister works here as well as other relatives, and there are plans in the works for barbecue to be the next big item produced at the cafe. Delicious home-cooked style meals, good conversation, and friendly folks. It doesn't get much better than that.
Nothing real fancy, we just try to do a good job, or as good a job as possible.
In Sealing at the Oklahoma Hills Cafe, I'm Dean O'Lally.
Well, whether you're a local or just passing through, the Oklahoma Hills Cafe welcomes you with great food and friendly service. And we'll have all their information on our website, discoveroklahomatv.com. Well, that's our show for this week. We hope you've enjoyed coming along to check out some great spring break destinations, and be sure to tune in next week.
Next week, thunder up at the venue that won our online poll. Then go behind the scenes on set of an upcoming movie starring Kevin Durant, plus drift off in these one-of-a-kind cabins that float. Hope you'll join us.
Until next time, remember, there's always something to discover in Oklahoma.